Greetings. This video talks about the similarities of vision between ORU and Regent. We address 5 topics in 10 minutes, so if you care to do so, you can choose a specific topic. If you don't click on one of these topics, the video will just play in its entirety. However, I do recommend that you watch the first 2 clips that talk about Regent's strong academics and work ethic. Click on any of these topics now, or just sit back and enjoy the entire video. Greetings, my name is Andy Shapley. I'm the headmaster at Regent Preparatory School here in Tulsa. About 17 or 18 years ago, I really felt a calling to be a part of something more significant for God's kingdom, and some friends approached us about starting a school, a classical school here in Tulsa. So with great anticipation and excitement, my wife and I entered into that new chapter in our lives. Since the beginning, the school has grown from 61 students to over 480 students. The number of families that are involved are now top 270 families. The school is exciting to us and to me because it's built on a biblical worldview, but it studies the classics. It's focused on classical education, on the things that really mean something as they're passed down from generation to generation. Our goal in producing this video is twofold. First, we wanted to introduce you to Regent and what we're doing here on this campus. Second, we'd like to meet and discuss the capital campaign that we've undertaken here at Regent. Regent is a private school, a private Christian school, and it's no secret that a private Christian school is not going to receive government funding, nor would we accept it if it were offered. Regent has now graduated 3 classes of students, a total of 25 graduates now, and 20% of them are in attendance at ORU as students. Those students actually have earned over $450,000 in athletic, academic, and whole person scholarships at ORU. It's a very exciting thing for us to know that the institutions relate well one to the other. We hope that this video will give you a chance to hear some of those similarities as your students and your faculty members describe their experiences in both places.
I wanted to be at ORU because I wanted an excellent nursing education, but I wanted a Christian education, and I got both.
Because I feel like I had experienced that deep, hard studying at Regent, I didn't have to fine-tune it as much when I got here.
One of the reasons we chose Regent as a school 13 years ago was because it showed us what we could have in an education for our son.
And so my intention and my focus is to have just to create short films that really just impact the whole nation, if not the whole world.
When I first attended ORU, it was sort of a contentious environment, at least for a time period, and it culminated in me saying the sinner's prayer in the prayer gardens of all places.
I was an undergraduate student at ORU, then completed my master's and returned as adjunct faculty at ORU.
I'm majoring in mechanical engineering, and I was expecting a lot of work, and sure enough, there was quite a bit.
I served on the board of Regent Preparatory School for about 10 years. I find these students to be about the best prepared students that I know of.
At ORU, we were consistently told that we had great things to do for the Lord, that He had a plan for us and that we were to go into every man's world and do something for Him.
I just hope that the relationship between Regent Preparatory School and ORU can grow over time. And I'd like to see a lot more of their graduates as freshmen at ORU.
Remember that one week I calculated how many hours of homework we had? It was like 17 or something. Yeah.
When I see the homework assignments and some of the responsibilities of the younger students at Regent, I'm really impressed.
To be able to crank it out in 8 hours at the library and be able to just push through and get it done because Christmas break.
With nursing, there is lots going on all the time. There's clinicals, there's tests you have to study for every week, there's papers, projects. These things can quickly overwhelm someone if they aren't used to it, and I think that Regent really taught us to work hard. I think that's a lost art in our generation today. There are students in my class who the first year, they really had to learn how to study more than just what was taught in class. And I think that Regent really prepared me for that. More of the reading in between the lines, of reading the book on my own.
I have to remind myself that, hey, you need to push through, you are in it for the long haul, and I need to use my gifts to glorify God. I can do it.
Yeah.
So Regent, with learning grammar, logic, and rhetoric. We were definitely prepared for being put into the college world. And coming to ORU is really just the next step, because it takes what we've learned about what we believe and about what we want to do with the world, and it gives us the opportunities to actually change the world.
Last year I had a student who was concurrently enrolled as a senior at Regent. This boy performed beautifully in an honors class of Composition 102.
Academic discipline really helped me to free up some social time, to be able to grow in relationships with friends, and be able to have fun late nights occasionally, being able to get my homework done early in free times.
There's this very appropriate balance that I see with Regent athletes. Although they're very good at what they do, their studies come first.
ORU always called its students to a standard of excellence. Oral would always say, we don't apologize for our strong academics, and we do the same at Regent.
We hope you've been encouraged by what the Lord's doing there at ORU, and also in hearing what is happening here at the Regent campus. We know your time is very valuable, and so we have a couple of more topics we'd like to address in this video, that being the strength of the biblical worldview and the strength of the community of believers on both campuses.
I love that chapel is built into our schedules, because it really helps us reprioritize and refocus on what really matters.
In the middle of a stressful week.
In the middle of a stressful week.
Every chapel we've had, we've prayed for different groups of nations around the world. All these different students from these different parts prayed for their nations in their own tongue.
I want to say this. I got more than I bargained for when I attended Oral Roberts University. Ostensibly, I was there as a student athlete to play golf and to figure out how I could parlay my education into good old-fashioned American dollars. And at ORU, that's not really an option. And so my professors never really let me off the hook.
We are concerned about their academics, but we're also concerned about what the Lord is doing in their life.
It's not easy to integrate God's Word with your teaching, and they seem to do it masterfully in the K through 12 classes at Regent.
The idea is that teachers can stir the soul of the students, have them consider things of great importance.
That's one thing that ORU taught me. I can see not just their body, but see their mind and their spirit, because that's so key in taking care of kids.
The involvement of the parents is really nothing that I've seen before.
Jumping from a class of 17 people to a group of over 2,500, I've definitely built a strong community of freshman guys together on my wing.
The cornerstone of a classical education is the relationship between the teacher and the student. It's more of a discipleship relationship rather than just pouring information into the students. And I felt like ORU did a really good job of that as well.
The professors and the teachers here at our school are really able to individualize learning and work with students in such a way that they feel involved, they don't feel neglected, they don't feel like one of thousands.
I felt that the teachers really care, and they want to help me more than just with academics. They want to know what's bothering me deep down inside. One student was particularly stressed with everything accumulating at the same time, and the teacher noticed, sensed in the spirit probably, that something was off. And so she asked the student if she could pray, take a moment out of her time of teaching. I think that says a lot about the teachers here. They're more concerned about helping you in the journey rather than just getting you to the destination.
One of the unique things about ORU actually is the international diversity. Many of my best friends are from all corners of the world, and I had to come to Tulsa, Oklahoma to meet them. And in that sense, ORU is quite unique.
We are extremely happy for this kind of relationship, and we want to continue to attract students from this school that prepares them so well for a college experience.
We had Bible classes every morning, and that really set the foundation and set the focus for our day, with learning new things in the Word every day.
We're a new family to Regent, but in many ways ORU is the basic blueprint that my wife and I have used.
One of the things that was important to me is that the school would educate their body, their mind, and their spirit. just like the experience I had at ORU. And I feel like here at Regent that happens.
So I've seen it from lots of angles. I've been a mom here at Regent, and now I've been on the faculty, and so I know it kind of from the inside out.
We were looking for a school that had smaller classes. We were looking for a school that did not water down what a Christian worldview was, one that really employed a biblical view.
What a blessing it is to see what the Lord has done at each of these institutions here in Tulsa. I know that the Lord's been faithful there at ORU over the years, and certainly we've seen His faithfulness here on the Regent campus as well. You've invested heavily in the activities there at ORU, and we, and as a community, certainly appreciate that. Again, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If the Lord moves, let's talk.